Hi guys, thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. And for those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Catherine and I tell true stories and facts. And my story today is about the truth about the Gulf life that nobody posts on social media or nobody talks about. When you ask people in the Gulf, how are you? They will tell you, I'm good, niko sawa. Or they will tell you, life here is nice. Maisha huku ni fiti. Nimeomoka, I have seen the light. This does not apply to everyone, though. The reality that I'm going to talk about. Because there are different categories of people living in the Gulf. We have what they call the expatriates and we have what they call the immigrants. The expatriates are those that the Gulf countries have called because they don't have such expertise in their country, so they need this person. Those are living large. Then we have the immigrants. They went there to look for jobs, maybe because their country does not have jobs. Or they were looking for a slightly higher salary than what they have in their country. Things like that. Those, we call them immigrants. Now, there is a very big difference between these people. And this is what I'm going to talk about. However, it does not apply to all the immigrants living there. It just depends on your luck. The truth. Six people in one bedroom. And nobody will tell you. You'll ask somebody, how is your accommodation? How is your house? Because the people back at home think you have your own house since you're working. They are imagining you're renting your own house. Yes, you can rent. But if you're just an immigrant working in a hotel, working in a small office, working in a salon, forget it. The amount of money you will get will not allow you to rent an apartment or a decent place to live. You might need to have to collect another crowd that already you could have been given in your own accommodation to stay. Rent is high. And so what happens is the company or the sponsor, whoever is taking care of you, will look for an accommodation that they can afford, and normally with shared bedrooms, which ends up looking like you're being forced into a marriage that you don't want. Just living with somebody you don't know, somebody you're meeting for the first time, and some of them are even 6 people in a room, 6 people sharing a toilet, strangers, all come with their own personalities. Some do not know what silent night is. Somebody does not like hot temperature, another one does not like cold temperature. And you know, the weather in the Gulf is hot. It can go up to 50 degrees, 54 degrees during the month of July. And then in this shared room, you will hear somebody saying, somebody switch off the AC. Or not just switch off, they will wake up and go and switch off with a remote control. Because to them, it is too cold. They cannot bear with it. They cannot bear the cold in the 53 degrees centigrade. Imagine. Then another one out of those 6 sharing a room will wake up and switch it on again. And so a fight ensues. A small argument comes out. There's a fight. And if you fight physically, you will be deported. That is the rule in the Gulf countries. Fight physically, get deported. That is the life in the Gulf. And then out of those 6 people, another one will start screaming, man, I have a shift of 5 a.m., meaning they're going to wake up at 4:30 to get ready. And if there's another person in the same room with the same shift, man, they're going to fight for the shower. Who wakes up first? Out there, the driver of the public, of the company Transport does not want to know whether you're six in the room that are sharing a shower. He knows he has this time the bus has to leave. It has to pick another night shift to drop them back home to sleep. So you being delayed because somebody stayed in a shower for 1 hour is not his problem. He has to follow his schedule. So people have to sort themselves out on how they're going to share this tiny bathroom, how they're going to keep up with the characters of people who do not know what sleep is. They will talk the whole night, and somebody there is having a shift, an early shift, so they'll need to buy earplugs. Others don't know how to sleep with the lights off. Others will not care. They're coming in different shifts. So whoever is having an early shift will be struggling with the lights on and lights off, lights on, lights off, because not everybody knows that bedside lamps are for dim lights so that others, if you're sharing a room, can sleep comfortably. No, they will not know that. They will come and switch on the whole light. And in the morning, they will hide their puffy eyes with makeup. That is just life in the bedrooms. You will not see that on social media. You will not see somebody posting, oh my God, I shared a room with 6 women I don't know, 6 men that I don't know, some with stinking socks, stinking boots all dropped around. Toilet habits are different. Oh gosh. The germs phobia people are the ones who suffer most because not everybody has the same standard of cleanliness. Then they will post on social media having dinner in a 5-star restaurant. Like you, they have collected, they have shared bills, and they have decided to go on an outing in a group. And then they will have a cheering, cheers with wine, and then somebody has to take a picture so that they show that they're having good life. In reality, they have a split bill. And maybe they've been saving for a whole month to have this outing. But to make the matters worse, others will go to an extent, especially women, of selling themselves just to have a reality of this life, to post back at home that they're having nice life, But in reality, they're selling their bodies to have this kind of nice life they have. Some do really have the nice life, yes. They're genuine. Back at home, the people don't know that somebody has to face the disrespect of some managers who have no slight training in management, or who have zero management skills, because they believe that being a manager, it means that you have to be bossy. Reason they were made managers is because they are Arabic. They can speak Arabic. So this is racism generally that you're facing. I can speak Arabic, so I am a manager, Not just anyone. Arabic. Not that I learned Arabic and I can speak it. No, most of the time it's an Arabic. Is your manager with zero qualification of management, but just because he spoke Arabic. And so you have to face his insults due to poor management, as if insults are part of your job. Insults and disrespect are part of your job description. That's how it ends up looking. Or just because they're white, because it looks like in the Gulf, the Arabic people really admire white people. I don't know why. So they give them very high paying jobs while their colleagues have a lower salary. I am from Europe. I am doing the same job like you, but I will get a higher salary just because I am from Europe. I am white. You will hear even amongst their conversations, one of them used to be a gardener in the Gulf. Back in Europe, he's a gardener. But he comes here, he's given a management position in an office that he has no clue of what is going on just because he is white. Another white one is another profession contrary to what some Arabic lady is asking her to come and do for her private school. Yet she has no knowledge in education. She cannot handle kids. But just because she has a white skin, the Arab lady is asking her to come and teach her nursery. So these are the things that people will not tell you. The salary differences, the discrimination that you face back in the Gulf if you're not a particular race. And then the people back at home will only be seeing lights, buildings, and soft life. But it's the people in the Gulf who are showing them that by the pictures that they're taking, the food that they're taking in the restaurant. They will not tell you that they're burning 54 degrees centigrade, under the 54 degrees centigrade in the sun, waiting for a bus. Yeah, somebody is burning in a 54 degrees centigrade, waiting for a bus that will arrive 1 hour later or 2 hours later, because they have a timed schedule of their buses. They don't care who's waiting at the bus stop, and some bus stops don't have air conditioner. Then comes the bus that will take like 2 hours to reach the destination that they're going. Just because they want to save money, they avoid using Uber because Ubers are very expensive. They want to save money, either to have face or to send money back at home, which they might never get when they get there, thinking that it's being saved for them. And then you will have to endure the kind of food that you eat in the name of saving money. You'll see people buying noodles, I'll just call them plastics. Food with plastic in the name of saving money. Noodles are very dangerous, but people want, this is the cheapest and the fastest way of eating, if you're not eating in the staff cafeteria, that will make you any sort of food. You will eat Indian food. I'm not saying Indian food is bad, but the way it's cooked, because it's not being cooked for a special person, it will be cooked anyhowly. You have to eat any food. So if it's your off day, you have an opportunity maybe to eat your food. And most of the time, the money that you're being paid is not so much to be able to afford a decent meal. So what people turn to is noodles, cheap food. And those who want to show off will buy things like crabs, prawns. But mark you, back at home they have nothing. But here they have to hold face. They have to show off they're doing well, while you know very well they're earning the same kind of money with you. Which is a fact. It can be. They don't have responsibilities. Their country, maybe this currency is higher, so they can afford to. But most of the time, it is for show. Well, they have zero savings or zero investments. So it's a place where people are showing off what they actually do not have. It's a competition. You bought this car, I'm going to buy the same car. So when they come back home, this is when they will do shopping. They buy the best clothes, buy the best shoes to come and dish out or to wear when you are back at home. And people will think, oh, this one is living large. Well, let me tell you the fact. The Gulf country, you cannot own the place. You cannot call it home. It's not like the US where you will get a green card and it becomes yours, becomes your home. No, it will forever remain an Arabic country. So don't think you're going to live there forever. So the best thing is invest back at home. This is not your home. The Gulf is not your home. It belongs to the owners. And then there's this thing of skipping vacations. People wonder, this person hasn't come home for 5 years. They haven't come home for 10 years, they haven't come home for maybe 2 years. Reason, there is an annual ticket paid for some companies only two every 2 years, while the expatriates get a free ticket maybe every 3 months. And even if so, they can still afford to go home every month because they're being paid in millions. If you convert it into their currency back at home. And then we have this thing of, I was telling you, people don't go home for years because they're trying to save money so that when they go home, at least they'll have something to show. But the thing is, it's very hard to save the money because you're spending it. You're spending it on food. Things there are expensive. There is peer pressure for those of you not mature. For those that are not mature, you want to show off also. So that's where the money goes. So next time you see someone smiling or see someone making it abroad, just ask yourself, what are they not showing you? What are they not showing you? Then if life in the Gulf is so hard, why aren't people coming back? Join me in the next part for this. If you like my content, subscribe. Ciao.